Hey everyone, Noah St. John here from noahstjohn.com and affirmations.com, and welcome to the Ask Noah St. John show right here on noahnation.com. I am here on noahnation.com every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, where I answer your questions about how to get rid of your head trash, how to get unstuck, find your voice, and automate your business, so that you can have more time freedom, personal freedom, and financial freedom. So hello again, everyone. I am Noah St. John from noahnstjohn.com and affirmations.com. And so I want to welcome you here today to the Ask Noah St. John show. Go ahead and send me some hearts, send me some smiley faces, and send me some thumbs up. If you enjoy these programs, let me know, and so I can get you more of the content and the value that's going to change your life. And also, the more that you engage with this program, the higher that it will rank in Facebook algorithm, and the more people will see it in their news feeds. So go ahead and send me those comments. Send me your questions, and send me those smiley faces too. All right, so I am very excited to welcome you here today. Now, today, we're going to continue my look. Hey, Carol, how are you? Good morning, and we're going to continue our look at one of my favorite books in self-help, and that is How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie. Now, today's chapter is a very interesting chapter, one that I've thought about many, many times over the years, and it's called Cooperate with the Inevitable. Cooperate with the Inevitable. When I was a little boy, writes Dale Carnegie, I was playing with some of my friends in the attic of an old log house in northwest Missouri. As I climbed out of the attic, I rested my feet on a windowsill for a moment and then jumped. I had a ring on my left forefinger, and as I jumped, the ring caught on a nailhead and tore off my finger. Ugh. I screamed. I was terrified. I was positive I was going to die. But after the hand healed, I never worried about it for one split second. What would have been the use? I accepted the inevitable. Now I often go for a month at a time without even thinking about the fact that I have only 3 fingers and a thumb on my left hand. It is astonishing how quickly we can accept almost any situation if we have to, and adjust ourselves to it and forget about it. As you and I march across the decades of time, we are going to meet a lot of unpleasant situations. They are so. They cannot be otherwise. We have our choice. We can either accept them as inevitable and adjust ourselves to them, or we can ruin our lives with rebellion and maybe end up with a nervous breakdown. Here's a bit of sage advice from one of my favorite philosophers, William James. Be willing to have it so, he said. Acceptance of what has happened is the first step to overcoming the consequences of any misfortune. And then he goes on to tell the story of a woman who lost her son in the war, and she, of course, was prostrate with grief, and she was bitter and resentful. Why did my loving nephew have to be taken? Why did this good boy, why did he have to be killed? My grief was so overwhelming, I decided to give up my work and hide myself in tears and bitterness. I was clearing out my desk, getting ready to quit, when I came across a letter from this nephew that I had forgotten. It written to me when my mother had died a few years ago. Of course, we will all miss her, the letter said, and especially you. But I know that you'll carry on. I shall never forget the beautiful truths you taught me. Wherever I am or how far apart we may be, I shall always remember that you taught me to smile and to take whatever comes like a man. And he seemed to be saying to me, says this woman, why don't you do what you taught me to do? Carry on no matter what happens. So I went back to my work. I stopped being bitter and rebellious. I kept saying to myself, it is done. I can't change it, but I can and will carry on as he wished me to do. You know, this is so funny because this is a tough chapter for many of us in this industry, right? We're here in the personal and professional growth industry, right? And what we often do is we look at a problem and we say, all right, well, how can we make this better? And that's a great thing to do, isn't it? I mean, it's very smart. It's not like we want to, accept all the shit that life sometimes hands to us. I think the point of this chapter, however, is that there are some things that can't be changed. It's like when we were talking earlier, and in the very first chapter that I went over with you, which is live in day-tight compartments. Go back and watch that episode called How to Live in Day-Tight Compartments. So the point is, I have made a lot of mistakes in my life. I've trusted a lot of the wrong people. I've gotten a lot of lousy advice that cost me well over $250,000. I have lost so much money listening to idiots, listening to the wrong people, listening to people who did not have my best interest in mind. Now, I have spent many, many sleepless nights and many frustrating days worried about those stupid decisions that I made, and worried about and being angry at myself and just beating myself up so mercilessly for the fact that I was so stupid to trust these people. And you know what? That didn't do any good at all. Now, what I finally did was I said, I have to accept what is. I made those mistakes. I trusted those idiots. And so who's the idiot? The idiot or the idiot who trusts the idiot? So that made me feel even worse. But what I realized is that I made certain critical mistakes when I was able to set my anger and my grief aside and my self-flagellation. And I said, you know what? Why don't we look at the mistakes that I made and what caused those mistakes? And you know what I realized? What I realized is I didn't have the proper process in place to understand who to hire and who not to hire. So actually, it wasn't a function of me being stupid. It was a function of me not having the right hiring procedures in place. So it was, in fact, the hiring procedure that was at fault, or the lack thereof. Well, I did have a hiring procedure. It was called just trust anybody and trust what they say, because I'm a trustworthy person. If I say it, it's true. So I was projecting myself onto other people. What I realized is there's a bunch of lying liars out there. Most people lie in order to make money. I'm not like that, and I thought other people were like me. Well, I was wrong. Most people, or certainly plenty of people, will lie to get your money. And so because I'm not like that, I was just very naive. So my point is, I didn't have a hiring process. All of those expensive mistakes that I made were actually a function of a lack of correct hiring. So what I did was I accepted the fact that I lost all that money. And now that I have emotionally accepted that that money's gone, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to make more money. You know, I've made millions of dollars over these last few years. I've wasted hundreds of thousands of dollars hiring the wrong people. So, you know, I've still made money and I'm still here in business. They didn't wipe me out. It was, you know, but those emotional feelings, that could have wiped me out, and nearly did, because I was so angry at myself for being so stupid. And so what I realized is that if I can just, instead of beating myself up, like this chapter is saying, okay, that's gone. It's like a finger, you know, that's ripped off. The finger's gone. All right. The money's gone. So now what are we going to do? What are you going to do, Noah? And what I realized is all I need is a hiring process. It's that simple. Those were the mistakes that I made. I made the mistakes by being naive. I made the mistakes by not doing my research. And I'm a nerd. I always do my research, but I didn't do it when it came to hiring because I was just too trusting. So there you have it, folks. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. So that's my experience with, you know, cooperating with the inevitable. So what's very interesting here, and this is really interesting, what Dale Carnegie says. I've been reading practically every book and magazine article I could find that dealt even remotely with banishing worry. Would you like to know what's the best single piece of advice about worry that I've ever discovered in all that reading? Well, here it is, summed up in 27 words. Words that you and I ought to paste on our bathroom mirrors so that each time we wash our faces, we could also wash away all worry from our minds. This priceless prayer was written by Dr. Reinhold Niebuhr. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. which of course now we know as the Serenity Prayer. So isn't that interesting? Dale Carnegie put that Serenity Prayer, which wasn't even called it at the time, in that book. God grant me the serenity, or sorry, what is it? Like all the mistakes I've done in the past, right? I can't change the past. God grant me the courage to change the things that I can change. And I've always thought about that prayer, that it should say, the courage to change the things that I can change that need to be changed. Because not everything needs to be changed, right? Courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That is really true. That is what it comes down to. Are we going to be wise enough to know what the difference is between the things we can change and the things we cannot change? So I would argue that when it comes to things like learning, when it comes to things like hiring, when it comes to things like adding skills, like let's say you need to have your sales funnels up, you need to have a better website, you need to increase the amount of money that's coming into your business. Maybe you want to lose weight. Maybe you want to have happier relationships. All of those things can be changed. All of those definitely can be changed. It all depends on who is your teacher, who is your mentor, who is your coach. Now, if you want to hire me as your coach, as your mentor, we have a process for doing that. And in fact, we have a brand new process, and it's right here. If you go to noahstjohn.com/talk, you can talk to me. All right. Now there is a very nominal fee to talk to me, and we are calling this our Power Hour. So we have just launched this program, and I'm going to be announcing it to the whole list next week, but I'm giving you guys here a sneak preview right now. So if you want a Power Hour with me, where I will focus on nothing but you, your business, your life, whatever it is, whatever obstacles you have to face, whatever challenges you have, whatever it is you want to build, your goals, where you are, where you want to be, and what's holding you back from reaching those goals, you can just talk to me. And we're calling it the Power Hour because it's going to help you get back on track. All right, so if you go to noahstjohn.com/talk, you're going to see about getting back on track. So we're going to get you back on track, and I'm going to get you back on track by taking you in just an hour and giving you more information, but not overloading you with information. It's really about insights. There's a really huge, enormous difference between information and insights. Right? Anybody, you can get information anywhere on the internet, but where are you going to get insights? You can only get insights from somebody who knows what they're doing, and somebody who's been there, and somebody who's helped thousands of people also reach their goals. So in my case, I've helped my clients add over $100 million in sales in just the last few years. Now, I personally have made millions of dollars in the last few years. And so I'm very blessed in every way that a person can be blessed here on the earth. I have an amazing relationship. I've got great health. I've got an amazing business. I work from my home. So I've been able to create the life that I wanted. And my job now is to help 10,000 small business owners to double their performance and profits, and also to help 100,000 veterans and their families overcome the effects of PTSD. So if you or someone you know wants to have those kind of results, just go to noahstjohn.com/talk and get back on track. I will help you get back on track. And we're very excited to launch the Power Hour. All right, so for today, let me now give you your affirmation of the day. So your affirmation of the day is, why do I cooperate with the inevitable? Why do I cooperate with the inevitable? What is it that you need to accept? What is it that you need to cooperate with? What is it you've been fighting? And when are you going to stop fighting the inevitable? And having the wisdom to change the things that you can change, the courage to change the things that you can, that you want to change, and that need to be changed in your life or in your business, and then the wisdom to know the difference, and frankly, the wisdom to get help. The wisdom to get help from the right mentors, from the right teachers, from the right people, from the right support system. All that is available to you. If you'd like to talk to me, about that, just go to noahstjohn.com/talk, and we'll get on the phone with a power hour that will change your life. It will change the direction of your life. That I guarantee. All right, so for everyone here at successclinic.com, I'm Noah St. John signing off for now. And until next time, we'll see you right back here on noahnation.com for the Ask Noah St. John show. And until then, I look forward to being a part of your success story. See you next time, everyone. Bye-bye for now.